Alright, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably noticed that Dubai chocolate is suddenly everywhere. Selling at Target, Costco, Walmart, and just about every single grocery store you can imagine.
You probably already know Trader Joe's has the Dubai chocolate bar.
Even major European chocolatiers like Godiva and Lindt have even begun producing their own branded versions. On the influencer side, it's a viral phenomenon, with videos of people merely trying the various chocolate renditions getting millions upon millions of views. We even got people out here sharing ways to customize their Starbucks order to match the cacao pistachio flavor profile. The world itself is going crazy for Dubai chocolate. For those of you unaware, it's basically a chocolate bar with ground up pistachios and shredded phyllo dough pastry in the center, so...
This is a Dubai chocolate bar. It's a chocolate bar stuffed with a paste of pistachios, caraif, or shredded phyllo dough, and tahini.
Extremely flaky and buttery. A perfect blend of savory and sweet with a little crunch in the middle. It's like if a Twix bar and a Kit Kat had one too many drinks and one thing led to another.
Crispy
Boom.
fingers.
Now you got pistachios? And it kind of makes sense why this trend took off the way it did. Today's modern culinary market has evolved similar to that of every other, where an intertwining with digital resources has led to producers relying on buzzwords and pop culture fads to push alongside releases. So it's no wonder everyone and their moms are snatching Dubai chocolate off the shelves like it's Easter Saturday.
Oh, hi.
And even without the illustrious pistachio incantations, the connotation given off from Dubai itself is luxury. Widely known for its extravagant modernity, iconic record-breaking architecture, exorbitant shopping centers, and unique blend of futuristic innovation and rich Arabian culture, any and all things even minimally connected with Dubai and the United Arab Emirates have an aura of luxury around it, to where brands and products have clearly taken advantage of the Dubai stamp and used its loose association as an excuse for higher prices.
As time went on, people were becoming obsessed.
No, that's not to say companies like Air Emirates doesn't opt into this extravagancy. On top of the regular entertainment systems, gourmet dining, and complimentary beverages that come with other high-end airlines, they even got luxury skincare products, a 32-inch IFE screen, and freaking shower spas.
I just took a shower above the clouds.
This has allowed the airline to amass over $4.7 billion in profit in just 40 years of existence, and without joining any major airline alliances across the globe, they're clearly the beacon of jealousy for competitors. However, even without these accolades, merely the name itself gives off opulence. But this wasn't always the case. Just 3 decades ago, before the 1990s, Dubai was known primarily as a center for the pearling industry and a modest fishing settlement. For centuries, Dubai was a relatively small fishing village whose economy was heavily reliant on the sea. With a population of just around a few thousand in the early 20th century to now standing at 4 million today, 92% of whom have immigrated from their native countries. And how could they have possibly done that, you ask? Marketing. That's how. Though the discovery of crude oil in the 1960s does help matters and was the catalyst for inevitable economic change within the city, in many ways, promotion and advertising does a lot more than just a lump sum of money.
On your flight today, you'll find some of the biggest movies ever made, along with a choice of entertainment that's so vast and varied.
Trust fund babies only succeed if they market those resources effectively. Similarly, Dubai, along with the rest of the UAE, have positioned themselves as a luxury tourist destination, with this reputation solidified by iconic, large-scale luxury projects in the late 90s and early 2000s like the Burj Khalifa, or the world's tallest building, and the Palm Jumeirah, a palm-shaped man-made island. Why are we even surprised that they're now using the culinary route? It's bar for bar the same tactics used by Big Coffee in the 80s and 90s around East and Southeast Asia. They're both even beans! That's biting on a whole nother level. Initially invented to satiate pregnancy cravings for its British Egyptian founder,
ordering platforms. It was just ding, 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 ding. Like there was 29.7 thousand people trying to order at that time. Also really awkward because we didn't have any chocolate.
Dubai chocolate is a rare combination of creativity, flavors, and social media success that has broken all previous industry accolades.
No matter where you live, you must have heard of Dubai chocolate by now.
Having become the global sensation that it is today, renewing the world's love for a rich, sticky, and unapologetically extra chocolate bar. Dubai chocolate, the culinary sensation with a luxurious, multi-textural fusion of Middle Eastern flavors and premium chocolate craftsmanship, standing as a decadent milk chocolate bar filled with silky pistachio cream, earthy tahini, and crunchy shards of knafeh pastry. The defining feature is the interplay among textures, the glossy, smooth shell of high-quality milk or dark chocolate encases a filling that is simultaneously creamy due to the nut butter and crispy from the toasted Get pastry and shredded phyllo dough, creating a unique sensory experience in each bite. Its core flavor profile inspired by traditional regional desserts like knafeh, which incorporates the rich pistachio cream or paste, often blended with tahini for an extra earthy, savory depth that balances the sweetness of the chocolate. In most cases, to enhance the flavor complexity even more, subtle notes of traditional spices and flavorings such as cardamom, saffron, rose water, or orange blossom water may be incorporated. Outside of its taste, the chocolate is defined by its thick and generous proportions, reflecting its Dubai association with extravagance. Authentic versions may even feature artistic hand-printed designs or edible gold flakes for that extra visual appeal, making sure it's ever Instagram worthy. In essence, Dubai chocolate is the modern gourmet confection that leverages a blend of high-quality international ingredients and traditional culinary elements, creating the unique, indulgent, and global appeal the treat is today.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
You did a great job on it.
Thanks.
This one's really salty.
I think like there's better.
The original was launched by Dubai-based FIX Dessert Chocolatier in 2022, when its founder Sarah Hamouda had an urge to create something unique to satisfy her pregnancy cravings for knafeh and pistachio. Initially calling their creation Can't Get Knafeh of It, Jesus Christ. Can't Get Knafeh of It took the world by storm when TikTok influencer Maria Vajeda posted an ecstatic video of herself trying the chocolate bar in her car in late 2023, quickly going viral, attracting more than 125 million views and hordes of fans around the world who are willing to do anything to grab a bite for themselves. The bar became a craze instantaneously and was promptly christened Dubai chocolate. Its founders described the international spotlight as flattering and humbling. However, despite FIX's plans for a global expansion, the bar remained solely available in the UAE, pushing independent chocolatiers and multinational brands like Lindt and Ghirardelli to mimic the original and produce their own versions to meet global demand. These emulations, also known as Dubai chocolate, have inundated supermarkets and neighborhood bodegas all across the globe, from the brimming counters of Istanbul's sweet shops, packed aisles of London's Lidl stores, to the chaotic alleyways of Mumbai's flea markets. Dubai chocolate is everywhere. Global demand continues to skyrocket, resulting in worldwide stockout of an international pistachio shortage, spawning wait lists at chocolate counters across Europe and the United States essentially overnight, and inspiring limited edition collaborations with major brands like Shake Shack, Starbucks, and even IHOP, offering a limited time Dubai pancake stack in certain locations. Supermarkets have begun even rationing the chocolate, and people have been caught smuggling the prize bars.
Everybody loves chocolate. We eat more than 3 million tons a year. But behind the sweet taste, there is a dark side.
Essentially, the Dubai chocolate craze has shaken the global chocolate industry. Though its creation more than 3 years ago in the US just this past summer, Dubai chocolate was still a relatively niche product. In the 52 weeks ending in June 2025, US retail sales of pistachio-filled chocolate totaled only about $800,000, according to data from Nielsen IQ. In comparison, sales to all chocolates in that same time period equated to $16.27 billion.
Bring me my money.
Still, we have briskly caught up to speed, with unit sales of pistachio-filled chocolates rising up 1,250% compared to the previous year, while unit sales of all chocolates fell around 1%. Leading Turkish food writer Eileen Olney-Tan states the real success of Dubai chocolate stems from its texture. The velvety gooiness of the pistachio cream doesn't just feel good on your palate, it's also visually attractive. Chocolate with a palpable crunch. Like the Swiss Toblerone and Italian Ferrero Rocher have always done well in the market. Same idea goes for Dubai chocolate. Only in this case, the crunch goes an extra mile and primes the chocolate bar for global social media appeal. As Maria bites into the paint-splattered chocolate bar in her TikTok, decadent pistachio cream oozes out, and crunchy ASMR sounds fill the foreground, making its virality clear as day.
I'm gonna start off with the OG, the FIX chocolate bar that started it all.
Long has writing and music been used by society to push political ideologies and agendas, some dare say since antiquity. Take ancient empires. Music and its representations were employed to assert power and control. In the midst of the Ottoman-Habsburg Wars, Turkish armies used Janissary bands featuring loud percussion and wind instruments as a form of psychological warfare outside besieged cities to intimidate inhabitants. Emperor Maximilian I in the 15th century even used the printing press to create materials to build his image, stir patriotic feelings, and influence enemies, marking the first time a ruler used this new technology for mass propaganda. Though hearing and sight have been taken advantage of to further the needs of those in control for centuries now, taste is somewhat of a newer tool to be garnered for political means. Regardless of how innocent our Dubai chocolate comes across,
oh, that does look really nice.
Influencing public opinion of the UAE may just be as important as candy bars flying off the shelves. Although Dubai chocolate's instant growth has been fueled largely by social media, the exclusivity of the original FIX bar has kept the interest going. The Can't Get Knafeh of It chocolate bar is only available online at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. through online food delivery app Deliveroo in the UAE. FIX produces only around 500 bars every day, and they sell out fast. The limited availability, both temporal and geographical, creates a fear of missing out, further increasing interest and demand for the chocolate bar. But how is that even an effective business model? In today's modern market, with such an extraordinary idea as Dubai chocolate, why aren't they starting plans for dozens upon dozens of factories to begin mass producing this goldmine of a dessert? And it makes even less sense that they're allowing knockoff imitations from the likes of just about anybody across the globe to name their candies Dubai chocolate, without obtaining even a single copyright to the product. It's like they're not even trying to make a candy at all. Exactly. Why mass produce when that might only dim relevance? The limited number produced each day takes advantage of the supreme effect, heightening mysticism and cultural value. Fortune 500 brands mimicking not only the flavor, but the name as well, almost make sure it becomes the viral sensation, sweeping all corners of the world.
While Starbucks hasn't made an official product, a customer's idea to make a Dubai chocolate-inspired drink at the store boosted sales among Gen Z customers.
Having Dubai in the name also adds to the chocolate's popularity and hype. When people think of Dubai, they think of lavish hotels, glitzy malls, luxurious cars, and gold-dusted desserts.
Do you seek the places that call to you?
The chocolate's resonance lies in its deep Middle Eastern roots, tapping into family traditions of sharing sweets, gifting edible treats, and the nostalgic flavors of knafeh and pistachios woven into daily life across the region. At the same time, Middle Eastern tourism is booming, and Dubai has emerged as a culinary destination in its own right, with some visitors flying in just to taste the viral chocolate firsthand. It seems there's much more to this candy bar than meets the eye. The ever-rampant rumors from influencers and socialites that surround the uber-wealthy in Dubai might also add on to the need for rebranding, with its party scene potentially covering up a cacophony of unspeakable things. Dubai chocolate could then conveniently shift the spotlight away from many of the societal overtones had on the UAE. And they've already been changing perceptions for almost 70 years now. The discovery of crude oil in the offshore Fateh field in 1966 was a turning point that changed everything. Though Dubai's oil reserves were far less extensive than those of its neighbor Abu Dhabi, the oil revenues were strategically invested by the ruler Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum to build essential infrastructure to diversify the economy for a post-oil future. Today, less than 1% of Dubai's GDP comes from oil. Its economy is primarily driven by trade, real estate, tourism, and financial services, with its culture evolving to now one of lavishness. The most recent major development project tossing $1 billion for AI development, they've now set their sights on diversifying the global emerging behemoth, and pistachio chocolates are the first step to cultural assimilation.
Desert sands.
After the almost 3 decades long major development of infrastructure across the UAE, they're now turning towards our senses. What began as a simple chocolate bar in a Dubai dessert shop has evolved into a geopolitical motherlode of influence. Our society has long used food and culinary practices, ingredients, and dining rituals to fundamentally reshape societal identity, foster cross-cultural understanding, or more recently, push cultural agendas. Cuisine has long been a vehicle for the exchange of ideas and flavors through trade, migration, and the ever-handy exploration. The Columbian Exchange, for instance,
you'll ever read, The Columbian Exchange by Alfred Crosby Jr., and in that book he wrote, the big questions are really the only ones worth considering, and colossal nerve has always been a prerequisite for such consideration.
Introduced foods like tomatoes and potatoes to Europe, fundamentally transferring local foods and contributing to global food culture. That's right, without our Colombians, the world might have never had pasta. A travesty to say the least. Even East and Southeast Asia, where a strong culture of tea and herbal-based caffeinated drinks have been ingrained for centuries now with its natives. When the coffee industry had finally run out of market growth opportunity in both the US and throughout Europe, their next target was to hopefully take over Asia as well. Though they did have one problem. Back in the 1980s, top executives for Nestle, Folgers, and even the newly formed specialty coffee brand out of Seattle, Starbucks, all read through Consumer Reports revealing the challenging barriers of entry into such a market. In Japan and China, tea is historically more popular, and without any foundation for coffee in the market, companies had to strategically leverage their knowledge and resources to break through cultural gridlock. So they got to work, and along with partners of industry in each subsequent nation, produced coffee-flavored candies like Copico and pioneering coffee-flavored desserts
your pocket coffee
to introduce the taste to new demographics. Brands capitalized on the region's burgeoning coffee culture and the desire for convenient coffee-flavored experiences, successfully integrating the taste into local traditions and memories. In Japan and China, marketing ran even more rampant, and Nestle strategically introduced coffee-flavored desserts and candies directly to children to create an imprint of the coffee taste for themselves and future generations. It's like selling candy to, well, kids. It's just not that hard to pull off. Entire lines of coffee-laced chews and wafers swarmed the shelves of Japan and China, and then subsequently across the rest of Asia. These products designed to create positive, early emotional associations with coffee's taste, making children far more likely to become coffee drinkers as adults. So, just about as devious as you can get. Brands like Copico offer ubiquitous coffee and cappuccino hard candies, arguably more popular across Asia than the drink itself. Coffee candy has become an integral part of East Asian culture, interwoven into memories and traditions, creating a powerful, nostalgic, and familiar connection for many consumers. With the modern social media era, these candies are so integrated into the culture that online trends have emerged showing how to melt several Copico candies to create a simple instant coffee drink at home. So as to say, they don't really know how to drink coffee. I'd say their culinary cultural priming worked a little too well. Now almost 5 decades later, the UAE are able to build off this experience and momentum and use Dubai chocolate as a global cultural primer to keep a spotlight on many of its luxurious destinations. As differing from coffee candy in East Asia, the chocolate bar in no way outshines that of the UAE. A generous portion of the enjoyment comes from knowing you're getting a taste of Dubai itself. Ultimately, food is a universal language that when used thoughtfully can promote understanding, build bridges, and push your next global cultural agenda? Okay, if it's lobster rolls next, it don't even matter what ideologies they pushing. Catch me on the sidelines grubbing. Perfect attendance, you won't hear a peep out of me. Rip Red Lobster, by the way. It's not really lobster. I mean, it is, but like, in just 40 years of existence, Jesus Christ. Newly formed specialty coffee brand out of Seattle. Seattle? Jesus Christ. No, that's not. Why do you sound like that? Get it together. Get a grip.
Yeah, I think this is one.
The sun was in your eyes. You couldn't believe it. Wishes all around. You're walking, stars are on the ground. You start to believe it. Every face along the boulevard is a dreamer just like you. You looked at death inside a tarot card and you saw what you had to do. Nobody knows you now when you're dying in LA. And nobody owes you now when you're dying in LA. Just move the fuck.